Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. Beware, beware. That might not be a phone jingling in your pocket. Join the Nevermorians for morning mischief and madness at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Your sense of humor is the only thing you need to wear.
And good morning, everybody. How the heck are you? Glad to see you on the Wednesday, September 30th, 2020 edition of Nevermind the Furthermore, where you are the guest and probably the host, too, when I go out to get more coffee. Anyway, thank you for watching us. Whether you're watching us live and can interact with us or you're watching us on the rerun, we do appreciate your being here. And if you're watching on Facebook, whether it's on the Indie event page or the Rising Tide Network page, please put it on... Please give that a like, which it really helps the algorithms, and we do find ourselves slaves to them. So anyway, also if you're watching us on YouTube, please, if you enjoy what you're seeing here, give the video a big thumbs up, whether you see it on the Rising Tide Publications page or the Geek Insider page. Gotta remember where I'm all at. I'm everywhere now. But anyway, please, if you enjoy what you're seeing here, give this video a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing and ringing that bell so you're notified of other events that we post on here, okay? And this show is powered by geekinsider.com and risingtidepublications.pub. Anyway, hope you all had a great last night. If you watched last night's Clever Title Pending, I know you did, because we had a sensational guest, Mr. Jim Beard, fantastic, prolific author, creator of two of my favorite characters in new pulp these days, Sergeant Janice, and his third book just came out in that series, and that's on my must gotta get it list. And anyway, it was a fantastic show last night. Jim was terrific, and he will be back. He said he had a good time. So we don't know what's wrong with Jim, but anyway, he had a good time. I had a good time. Everyone watching had a I got all kinds of compliments on it, and I'm really grateful to everyone who gave me some feedback on it last night. But anyway, Jim Beard, check out last night's clever title pending on here, or especially on our playlist on YouTube. Also, next week we're going to have author Michaela Jade, and that's going to be quite a lot of fun. She's a frisky young lady and a great talent, and we're really looking forward to having her on the show. And Carl Witzman can't be here today. Carly and I will catch you all on the rerun. Have a great day. Carl, thank you. You guys, you two have a great morning. We will catch you later and keep you posted on what's happening this weekend. And hello, Eric Hawkins. No, not Eric Hawkins. I'm so sorry. Trevor Hawkins, the original model there. Glad to see you, Trevor. Good morning, my friend. I love you, man. And oh boy, says Teresa Dunn. She's having a great morning, it sounds like. And good morning to you, Teresa. Mwah. Watching us on YouTube, where the picture and sound quality is a little bit better on there, so we're glad to say. But anyway, Nick Tockert has joined us, my man. Good morning, Nevermorians. Nick, it is a pleasure to see you, and I forgot to credit you in my promo for today's show. Nick provided the artwork. Couldn't load it up onto YouTube, unfortunately. It was a little too large for their thumbnails. But anyway, Nick did that great caricature of the fez-wearing host of this show. And Nick, it's good to see you. Hope that we're glad you joined us last night. We really were. We were presenting ourselves. Jim and I were presenting ourselves as the alternative to the crap show that was going on the major networks last night. Holy cats, but who was surprised, right? We all knew it was going to be a dumpster fire. And wait a second. My morning is here. We'll put it over here. Do you want to pour it over here so you're on camera? There we go. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh, boy. That was Cookie. Oh, and that was so very much needed. Oh, my goodness, yes. Oh, anyway, Nick, we're glad you're here. Glad you were here last night. Hope you enjoyed the show last night. We were a lot more fun than what was going on the networks, that's for sure. Oh, there's my man there. Arise, thou Morris monster. Arise on this sacred day and flash your protruding hump for all to see. Give you Nevermorians what you want. Prices and participation may vary. Some discounts may not apply. Offer not valid in or in combination with other offers. Certain personal information may be required at time of purchase, subject to change without warning. He said #hump. Yes, I did. And we'll say it repeatedly. And also, Christian Basil here is not just a fun guy and a great co-host, one that I welcome here on this show. He also, yes, we're going to move this out of the way because we gotta talk about Christian for just 1 second. Actually, more like about 20. Here's what else Christian does that you'll dig.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
And it's a great show. A lot of people love it. And yeah, see, he's real fond of it. And see, she thinks it's pretty cool too. You like it? Oh yeah. And you know, this guy here, he really loves that show. He, whenever, it shows and they say, okay, it's almost time for the end of the show, this guy gets really testy about it. Yeah, he does. And everyone loves this show. Everyone okay. 3 out of 4 doctors agree. Legend of the Traveling TARDIS is a fantastic show. If I were a doctor, I'd agree and then make it 5. Anyway, but no, Christian runs a great show, and I will be returning to it soon. We will announce that day and time when that happens. But anyway, check out the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS on Facebook. Join the 38,000 people that like that page, and seriously, it's a great page to follow. It really is. And so, and also watch legendofthetravelingtardis.com. Watch it on the Hanging with Web network. It's just a fantastic show. He's a great host, lots of great conversation, and you can participate too and become part of the legend. Anyway, thank you, Christian, for giving me an excuse to say something about it. And Teresa Dunn from YouTube says, great, clever title pending last night. Thank you, Teresa. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Like I said, Jim Beard is one of my favorite people. I've been a fanboy of his forever. But we talked about networking last night and advancing in the business, what it's like to write licensed material. That's something I've never done. I honestly don't know that I'll ever get around to it. But Jim was an incredibly fun host last night, and we had a good time before and after the show. The after the show makes the shows worth it for me a lot of the time, and I'm grateful we don't record that stuff. But no, Jim's a wonderful, wonderful guest, and like I said, he's got a brand new book out. He also has let's see if I can. Well, I don't think the link worked, but anyway, go to Kickstarter and do a search for War on Monster Earth. It is James Palmer, his partner in this, is they're putting together the third in a trilogy of books about a Cold War environment, a global environment, but this time nuclear destruction isn't the trump card here, so to speak. It's who controls the giant monsters, the kaiju. If you're a fan of Godzilla or Ultraman or Johnny Sacco, any of those great classic shows, check out War on Monster Earth. And it's available not only in paperback, but also in ebook editions. I have pledged to it. Now, the campaign has kind of fizzled out right now, but I'd really love it if the Nevermorians would pop in there and at least push it forward, maybe give it a little more momentum, because I think they've got like 6 days to go on this, and it is possible to make it. And I'd like to see them do so because I want to read those books. And anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I think Jim's a terrific talent. He is just so much fun. And he and I are going to be doing some stuff together. That's partly what he and I were talking about. What we will tell you once that stuff is more formalized. And Joe Dog McKeel, I am here for a few. I actually have to do something out of the house. Say what? You're leaving? Joe Dog McKeel, you're leaving me unsupervised without any sort of adult supervision? And Cookie doesn't count. But anyway, Joe Dog, thank you for being here, brother. And don't forget, Stupid O'Clock is happening tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern and Saturday at 11 p.m. Eastern. It's that after-hours convention talk you love where the subject just goes wherever. And, it was it's always a good show. It always is. And last weekend was a fantastic pair of shows, too. And plus, he had the after show. He taped the after show. I don't know if I'm courageous enough to do that yet. But anyway, please check out Stupid O'Clock. Also, check out their Facebook page and their YouTube page. They've got all kinds of cool entertainment on there. And speaking of cool and entertaining, there's Brian Rodman. Good morning, my fellow Brian and fellow Nevermorians. Who's ready for an amazing hump day? Hashtag 50 Shades of Christian. I'm digging that. 50 Shades of Christian. Yes, and if anything, Christian is the 51st shade. But anyway, the one that they just don't like talking about without stuttering. But anyway, Brian Rodman, glad to have you here. Don't forget brianrodman.com, I believe it is. Anyway, check out his comic book project. It is I read the first 2 issues, and I gotta get me some more, because I really dug it. And Brian's incredibly talented, co-runs, I should say, an incredible podcast, The Dastardly Dingoes, that y'all need to check out. It will make you happy. And Brian Silviera is here. Brian, glad to have you here. We always need more Brians here. God knows we need more Brians. And Dave Hearn, good to see you, man. Hope your morning is going well. And Clyde Hall, as always, the man who coined the term Nevermorian. He is in the house, a great writer, a great friend, and a great cosplayer. Hope you are having a good morning. And hello, people. I love How's the Gang this hump day? Well, author Michaela J., glad to see you for one thing. And so looking forward to having you on Clever Title Pending this coming Tuesday. We've had a string of really, really good shows, and it's not going to, and Michaela Jade is certainly going to keep it going. That's for sure. So please check out this coming Tuesday. We are going to have some fun. And, the thing is, you get an experienced author like Jim Beard, who's got a lot to teach all of us. And the thing is, so does Michaela Jade, because she has had her own unique writer's journey. And there's a lot to learn from her too. I do. So anyway, please check out our shows. And Christian Basil says, sending positive and healing energies to you for your surgeries, David. Yes. Oh, wait a second. We just shot past a whole bunch of comments. Excuse me. That's the thing. StreamYard sometimes delays sending me comments, and then all of a sudden dump. And I lose my place. So anyway, let's get back to where we were. Michaela Jade, we got to see you, and it's not a phone jiggling in my pocket, author Michaela Jade. Well, maybe next week, Michaela can return the favor, Christian. She loves your voice in her pocket, and maybe she can speak naughty into the microphone next to this coming Tuesday, and you could put the your phone in your bra. I think that would be good. Anyway, Anthony Bubo. Hi, Brian. Hey, how are you, Anthony? Good to see you. It's been a while. How have you been? I have been fantastic, sir, and I hope you have been the same. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. Hey, I'm excited. It's good. I love it when a sheep returns to the flock here, so to speak. Anyway, Anthony, it's good to see you. You've been missed, my man. And Joe McKeel says, commenting on RTP to bump up Al Gore's rhythms. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yes, the Al Gore rhythms. Or Al Gore, wasn't he the one that assisted Dr. Frankenstein in the 1931 Frankenstein film? I can't remember. Anyway, actually, I had a joke back in the day. When I lived in Champaign, Illinois, during the Bill Clinton administration, Bill Clinton actually came in for a rally in Champaign, Illinois, at the University of Illinois. And the thing is, the Champaign, Illinois airport is not exactly designed for jumbo jets. And the plane got stuck just off the tarmac, and so they had to call an Air Force 2 with Al Gore, and everyone was just so excited. We had the president and then the vice president here in town, and I said, why are they bringing Al Gore to do something about and basically Bill took Al's plane, and Al had to get the Bill's plane unstuck, and I said, what did they bring Al Gore in? Is he going to help push what? So anyway, that's how I think of Al Gore these days. And we've had, and to those of you who did your civic duty and watched last night's debates, I am so sorry for you guys. I did not watch it. Of course, I was hosting Clever Title Pending. And it was just from everything I'm reading this morning in the news, I'm just as glad I did miss that. I'm usually a fan of the debates, but this was just so off the rails that, and I don't want to get into a debate about who won, who lost. I think we all lost. It was in fact, I think a CNN commentator described it as a show, and it's just what it sounded like. We got a lot more done last night with Jim Beard than, the 90 minutes everyone else squandered. So anyway, we can discuss discuss the debate itself, but not the views or anything. Okay, we just do not get political. Let's call a moratorium on it right now. I've said enough. And Clyde Hall, hello and happy midweeking Nevermorians. Clyde Hall, it is a pleasure. Hope you and Virginia are well and having a great morning. And commenting on BKM to bump up the Al Gore thing. Please do. Please do. We love your comments. And the further behind we get, it means the show is succeeding. And where's the Covfefe Robert? Baby is right here, hot and waiting for you, my friend. Hope you're having a good morning, Robert. And I see you're out of Facebook jail. And you did remember to bring more cigarettes, right? That does you a lot better there than than money in Facebook jail. And Eric Hawkins, good morning to you, my friend. How are you? Yes, Eric Hawkins had the question of the night last night when interviewing Jim Beard, who I have worked with. And we're planning a couple more things. He was the editor and co-publisher and co-editor on Quest for the Space Gods, which is available on Amazon. Do a search for Jim Beard or my name, and this should pop up in your search. Anyway, it's a really, really fun book. I was proud to have a part in it. And And Eric Hawkins had the great question about how much of a pain it is, asking Jim how much of a pain it is to work with me. And Eric would know. So that was funny. That was so funny. And Brian Rodman says, my goodness, I wish I would have watched Clever Tile Pending instead of the debates, or as I like to call it, the fight at Shoney's. Oh my God, Brian, that's brilliant. I love that. The fight at Shoney's, that's great. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they just never got out of the salad bar on that one, did they? There's a part of me that wants to watch it to see if it is truly as much of one of these as I fear it was. Yeah, here's our live coverage of the debates last night. So, and of course, our expression at some of the things said last night would mirror this one, no doubt. There's our lovely model Christian there. So yeah, that was grisly viewing last night, and nothing I've heard from my friends would dissuade me from that view. But yeah, it's like, it was funny because I had several people saying, well, we're going to miss Clever Tile Pending because we're going to watch the debates, even though we know it's going to be a crack fest. And it's like, why are you deliberately subjecting yourself to this? You know nothing of substance will be said. You know that one side's going to be made to look non-presidential. Well, actually, both sides are going to be made to look non-presidential. One side is, the only difference between them is one side's going to lie more than the others. Yes, I'm kind of cynical about politics. But, yeah, you should. And, Brian, the thing is, please watch the show anyway, if you haven't already. Like I said, bring a pen and paper. Jim brought a lot to the table last night, as he always does. And like I said, Jim is going to return. And we've already discussed a show. Jim would like to be a co-star on the show with somebody, and we're going to reach out soon for that event. And Jim's a talker. He is a talker, and I love it. He's got a lot to say, and he's funny and insightful. And we've got somebody else in mind for that. And I will be introducing them, then going out for a pizza and drinks, and you won't even know I'm gone. So, and author Michaela Jade says, hi, Cookie. Hiya. There we go. She says, hiya back. And good morning, Cookie, from Teresa Dunn.
A glorious hello.
She is wishing you a glorious hello. And hashtag Clyde Hall, bring cookie and coffee home. Thank you, Clyde Hall. I like how you think, young man. Well, the thing is, we did Non-Con 5 Saturday and Sunday last week. And again, so much love and gratitude to Jason Snyder and Keith Age for bringing us in. And it was a glorious time. We had so much fun in the Post-Town Elementary School, a haunted school, and there were sightings, there were shenanigans that happened, and it was a good time. We enjoyed ourselves, but we did bring cookie and coffee home because they had a Tim Hortons there, and we enjoyed a cup of it this morning. And Brian Rodman, hashtag bring cookie home. Thank you very much. Thank you, Clyde. Thank you, Brian. And thank you, Robert Beatty. Keep cookie home. That's the important part, Robert. Thank you so much. Once we get her home, we're not letting her out of here. Believe me. So everybody, please buy a lot of books and share my books. And actually, sharing somebody's message would help them a lot. You don't have to buy stuff, but spread the message to people. That if somebody like Jim Beard has a brand new Sergeant Janus book out, spread the word that he's got that, because that helps him so much. It really does, because one of your friends may want that book, all right? And last night was something else. I still awake from the, we'll say, energy of the evening. Hey, Nick, if you came here, you got energy, man. You got positive energy. Jim Beard is, a great host. I can't say enough about him. That's good. I'm really happy with the show. I wind up physically and mentally a little tired when I do Clever Tile Pending, because it takes us a bit of energy to do a show like this, even badly. But Jim was a great guest, and it was so much fun talking to him and joking around with him. And it was just so much fun, And, but, like I said, physically and mentally, I'm a little tired afterwards, but, inside my soul is like on fire. Plus, we discussed a couple projects we're going to be doing together. I don't want to say anything about it until we get a little further along with it, but it was a good night for everyone, I think. And there she is saying, author Michaela Jade saying, well, hello, Christian. And clever title was much better than network TV, says author Michaela Jade. As much as I respect Chris Wallace, I have to agree with you. Last night was, even the host last night was good. But no, clever, that's the thing. I am proud of clever title pending. There are times I actually contemplate doing 2 a week. I really do. Because I have a lot of fun doing it. I get to talk to my friends. It is, just a fun time. For me, at least, and people seem to agree. The viewership seems to be rising on Clever Title Pending. I'm glad to say, and doing well on this page too. Doing well with Nevermind the Furthermore. So we're able to share your messages, and that makes me happy. And we did see last night a little bump in Jim Beard's Kickstarter campaign. Oh, and speaking of Kickstarters, congratulations to Kirk Trin and Paul Kupperberg. They reached their final stretch goal on their current Kickstarter with a little less than a week to go. The book is I never write for the money, but I always turn in the work for a check, something like that. But anyway, it's a book of columns by Paul Kupperberg on being a professional writer that I'm really looking forward to reading. And or at least I'll put it on the pile of books that never seems to be shrinking, which are the ones I get from my friends. I got to get my lips moving faster. But anyway, I've got so many great writing things going on. I'm so happy. Oh, by the way, I do want to put up something here. Please go to risingtide.pub if you would, before 5 o'clock tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern. And I'll be posting some stuff today about this. And please share if you would. My new newsletter, the October newsletter, will be going out Thursday afternoon at 5 p.m. We're doing the video format where we've got a little bit of information on our new Patreon page, the progress there. And also in the next couple of days on the Patreon page, I'm going to be publishing the 2nd chapter of my first draft flash novel, currently titled Ebony Terror. That's just a placeholder title, though. I'm not really fond of the title, and I've got a couple others, but you'll get to see a work in progress, a first draft of mine. It's turning out well. I'm very happy. Plus, I'm pantsing this one. I am letting the story and the characters take me where they will. I only have the vaguest idea of what I'm doing here, which is pretty much true of everything I do. But we're going to be putting up new chapters at least once a month. Sometimes 2 if I get far enough ahead in the writing. The writing's really coming along. I'm really enjoying it. In fact, I've posted chapter 1. I'll post chapter 2 this week. I'm starting chapter 6, actually. I wanted to work ahead just in case. But on Patreon, we're also going to be doing some unique videos that will be unique only to Patreon. And we're also going to be doing some blogging. We're going to get back to doing the blogs. Some will be open for the public, but there'll be a number of them that are that will be Patreon viewers only. And even $1 will get you access to those. We have $1, $5, and $10 levels for support. Now you can pledge as much as you wish. So if you want to do $1,000 a month, I'll drive when I publish a book, I'll drive it over to you. $1 will get you your name mentioned in every Rising Tide publication as long as you're a Patreon supporter. $5 will get you that and access to special blogs, special you'll get to read the novel and other perks. And we'll do a few for the $1 level too. We're not going to leave them out. And then $10 gets you all of the aforementioned, and I haven't seeded this yet because I want to do some really good PDFs of my work. But anyway, you will get access to my PDF, my book library to download for your very own. And it will be it'll be fun. We will have fun on that page. I'm just kind of getting used to having it again. But we've got to get busy on that thing. So anyway, but we'd love it if you were there. Okay. So anyway, let's David Atkins. There we go. Just stopping by to say hi before my first surgery tomorrow, and then my second one is Monday. Everyone stay safe. We'll be back sometime soon. Hashtag bring cookie home. Hashtag stop hate stash. Hashtag spread smiles, and hashtag the hanging tassel. All right, David, thank you. Hey, brother. Hey, take care of yourself and go with our prayers. All right, man. We want you to get out of there healthy and happy again. And we'll be thinking about you. Keep us posted. All right. You got that? Stay strong, man. Anthony Boveau says, sending positive and healing energies to you and your surgeries, David. Exactly. Yes. And only 50%. This is Christian Basil Hill. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back. Oh, more comments. This is so cool. And this girl over here, 50 Shades Christian. Did I hear that right? Author Michaela Jade asks. Nick Tockard says, aren't Wednesday's Hump Day shows always adult occasions here? Though I swear I am in need of a short bus to be DD for this band of actively alcoholic authors. Yeah, that's probably, yeah, you should be the designated driver. Actually, I talk about drinking, but I actually do it so little. In fact, I expected to do a little last weekend. I didn't. And I don't drink to get drunk. I drink because I like the flavor. Like I said, we just found a coffee-infused Kraken rum, and it is like, it is the bomb diggity, says Cookie, and I must thoroughly agree. It is good stuff. And I like some wine, some mixed drinks occasionally. But I don't drink to get drunk anymore. In fact, this is kind of my 30th anniversary of kind of swearing that off. I've never had any really tragic consequences from my drinking, but I also know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away, and when to run. So, I don't know what to tell you other than that, but yeah, we could always use another designated driver, especially one as talented as yourself, my friend. And Mark Leonard's watching us. Mark, glad to see you, Professor. Hope everything's going well for you on the prairie. Thank you for your edits. I do appreciate them, man. Can't tell you that enough. And Trilliana Bachman is watching us. Mwah! How are you this morning? Glad to see you. Looking forward to hopefully seeing you in the spring. That would be nice. It would be nice to get out of the house again. And Christian Basil, what could author Michaela Jade teach me? Did you never watch My Tutor? Anyway, Christian Basil, Brian, we weren't supposed to tell people about the bra. Well, you can go braless if you want, Christian. I do. And author Michaela Jade says, I might be able to come up with a soundbite or two. I'm fully confident of your awesomeness, Michaela. I genuinely am. People are gonna dig you. I know it. I do. And Brian Rodman, I'm so excited about this week's episode of the Dastardly Dingoes podcast. We interviewed the amazingly talented and overall okay individual Chad Nuss. He's a good guy. Head on over to bit.ly/DastDingoes and check the episode out. Give it a like and subscribe so we can get this show out to more folks. Definitely spread the dingo message, all right? And I'm an honorary dingo now, so I take my responsibilities frivolously. And if it wasn't for Al Gore, you wouldn't have an internet for your show, says Eric Hawkins. That's true. And Air Force One would still be stuck in the runway in Champaign. Yes, I know. Yes, Al Gore and the interwebs. I'm so glad. And Nick Tockard says, has Cindy kept advertised her lovely newsletter yet? Much like the Rising Tide newsletter, it is required reading. She has not been here to talk about CKOEPP.com, Cindy Kip's great webpage, where you can be getting her monthly newsletter. The bird is the word, I believe it is. And she is a bird mama, and happily so. She is also a fantastic writer. And Nick, thank you for reminding me. She also writes my favorite newsletter. It is a great read. I'll sit down and I'll just pour over it like a new Jim Beard novel. It is really, really fantastic. So please go over to CKOEPP.com. That's Cindy Kep's page. Also check out her work on Amazon and from bearpublications.com, especially her brand new story Animal Eye. You're going to be seeing a lot of that book coming up soon. And Christian Basil says, debates more like mass debates. Yeah, and less mass debating, I got no pleasure. Speaking of pleasure, wake up, Sarah. Okay, there we go. Good segues there, brother. Good segues. Yeah, we went from the ridiculous to the sublime in just that one post there. Yeah, I'm not going to go back and watch it. I am a fan of politics, but I have been the last 20 years in particular. I have like professional wrestling. I think I've outgrown it. Yeah, I used to enjoy the debates. I used to enjoy the exchange of ideas and the promises that never get kept. But the last dozen years in particular have been really bad for political fans and for people who want a stable democracy anyway. So this is going to be the first time I don't go back and watch the debates. I do not why am I going to upset myself? Why do I want to put myself through that? Instead, I'd rather be positive. I'll watch Clever Title Pending from last night again, or I'll watch a good YouTube video, or I'll watch the Dastardly Dingoes. If that doesn't make me smile, then I have no human soul. And as if in a dream, there she is, our girl, Sarah. Mwah, hi there. How are you this morning? Good to see you as always, hon. And also don't forget a little announcement here. We put it in the newsletter, but on Friday, October 30th, we are going to have a special edition of Clever Title Pending with the one, the only Master Ron Fitzgerald. He is not only the master of dark, sticky illusion, he is also a writer. He is also an actor, business person, broadcaster. He is just so crazy talented, it makes me nauseous, and I am unworthy to be in his dark, sticky shadows. Sorry, but that's how you piss off sound people. Is it on? Is it on? That's when they come out swinging. Anyway, but no, we're going to be doing that on Friday, October 30th, on Halloween Eve, the Devil's Night, where we have a conversation with the former mayor of hell, as he calls himself, Master Ron Fitzgerald. Sarah was part of the catalyst to make that happen. I'm very grateful. Then the next night, please check out Ron Fitzgerald's pages on YouTube and on Facebook, because he's going to be doing a 2-hour live show with some dark, sticky illusion, some great magic tricks and interviews, and word has it that he might get all fezzed up for that night, if you know what I mean, or somebody's going to be bringing the hanging tassel to work its wiles. Anyway, Arthur Michaela Jade says Cassidy's family is massacred in the night. She was saved in the nick of time, only to be thrust into a world of shadows and secrets. Warrior's Secret is available in paperback and ebook form everywhere. Check out that book. Great writing from Michaela Jade. And hello to Cookies from Sarah.
Good morning.
Good morning, she says. She's busy playing a game. She's ignoring me.
I'm not ignoring you.
How can you?
Exactly.
There, see? Nick Tucker says the debate was actually crucial, especially for those who study micro expressions and subtext. Please watch it. I multitask across screens. Nick, I respect that, but the thing is, it is so I am honestly, from reading what I did on the news this morning, and I looked at both sides of the issue. I do tend to do that. I don't just read, the far right and ignore the left. I read both sides. I try to get all the angles on it that the media will allow me to have, and my search engines. But what's subtext? It's like, that, if I'm looking for subtlety between those two, it has all the subtlety of a bad pro wrestling match. And just everything I read, Nick, I don't think it was crucial at all, to be honest with you. I don't know that anything of substance got mentioned, and all it did was really, from everything I've read, it painted one of the candidates in a very bad light, which was not unexpected either. It was just like, how bad? And I might watch one of the later debates, and hopefully there'll be better behavior. But it's bad when the host has to outshout one of the people. And and even told him, "Would you like to swap seats?" It's like I can't imagine it going any better that way. Um, and I'm not attacking anyone who did decide to watch the show, and I'm happy you were multitasking. Didn't you have more fun with me? Uh, and at least I don't even pretend I have a comb over. Anyway, but bad Brian. But yeah, I'm just not in the least bit tempted to go over and watch that. I would rather fill my head with positivity and make sure my little corner of the world is as secure as possible, which we'll do through the rising tide. And hello, author Michaela Jane, says Christian Basil. And Clyde Hall says, given the nation's mood, now may be a good time to remind everyone to celebrate ALA's Banned and Challenged Books Week. Clyde, that is a beautiful observation. Yes, definitely. And let's see, what is it? I think we just had, or having, anyway, we celebrated anyway, National Coffee Drinking Day. So here's my contribution to the cause. But no, challenged and banned books. I'd love to get a banned book someday. That would be so much fun. Don't think I couldn't play that up. And the thing is, when somebody bans a book, I think all that does is raise sales on. So please ban my books, especially Santa Stein. But anyway, yeah, that's a great observation, Clyde. I'm enraptured by that. I'm happy now. And Brian Rodman says, go check out Brian K. Morris's Patreon. You will absolutely love it. I am a proud patron, and I'm loving the flash fiction chapters. And thank you very much, Brian. I appreciate that. I didn't put Brian up to that. But yeah, we're going to post the second chapter, and we may post the third one in less than a month. The things are going to, we're kind of setting up the landscape in the second story. But by number 5, we put some real tension in there. We even have maybe a little potential sexual tension. But it's I will probably explain on my Patreon with this coming episode what my goal is in writing this story. Let's just say if you're a fan of the Black Terror, we think you'll find it interesting. We also have the second chapter. No, it's the third chapter. We bring in an old pulp character from the public domain, and in doing so, another theme fell into my head, and so we're going to see what happens. I'm just as much in the dark as to what's going to happen next as the rest of you. But thank you very much. Please check out my Patreon. It would be greatly appreciated. Also, right now, again, I want to remind everyone, please go to risingtide.pub and sign up for my monthly newsletter. The next issue is going to go out October 1st at 5 p.m. Eastern. We will be wrapping that up today. We've already filmed up the video for it. We are now switching to a video format, and I welcome, and when you see the video, please leave a comment. Do you like the video format, or do you want me to go back to typing? I just think it's a little fresher. It's a little more meandering, and it went on a little longer than I expected it to. That's what she said. But I'm pleased with the results. I think it's kind of unique. But anyway, please check it out if you would, please. All right. And thank you again, Brian Rodman. And thank you for your support. It means the world to me, man. It really does. And Clyde Hall, it's also New Stuff Week at doomrocket.com. I get to review Shang-Chi #1 by Gene Luen Yang, Philip Tan, and Dyke Ryan from Marvel. Ooh, I didn't know Gene Yang was doing that. The thing is, I have to say, I've not read his graphic novel. I need to do that. But I read he was the writer on Superman for several months before the end of the New 52, and that was okay. But I loved his New Superman, the spin-off book he did from the main super titles for Rebirth. I love that writing, and plus he's done some great runs on, what is it, The Incredibles, or not The Incredibles, but I want to say The Impossible. Yeah, The Impossibles at DC. He really finished out that series strong. And he recently did a new version of Superman Smashes the Ku Klux Klan that recently was published as kind of a YA thing. It's a best Superman I've read in ages. He's a fantastic writer. And he was also really good during the DC fan event recently. He was interviewed by Brian Michael Bendis, the outgoing writer on Superman in Action, along with a longtime Superman writer and artist Dan Jurgens. That was a really interesting three-way conversation. But yeah, Gene Yang, I am tempted to read that book now. I really am. David Atkins, thank you for your thoughts and prayers. I'm trying to believe it will be painless but doubtful. I had too many surgeries that went south, and one reason I hate them, drawing to relax works. Well, man, just know that you've got some extra love going in with you. Okay, man, be safe, be strong. And I drink because I like the flavor. Spoken like a true alcoholic, says to Eric Hawkins. I am not an alcoholic, Eric Hawkins. I will deny that right now. What a loathsome allegation that is, sir. I am not an alcoholic. Alcoholics go to meetings. I'm a drunk. Anyway, Ted Davies says, good morning. Good morning to you, brother. How are you this morning? Hope you're doing well. And he's bringing the cafefe. God bless you, young man. Oh, hope you and Chris had a good sale last weekend, too. We're vague booking. But if you were part of Uncle Carl's green room, which is going to happen more often on Friday nights, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But anyway, hope you had a great morning, and thank you for your post this morning. We reposted something, Ted Davies, with a little extra spin of our own, and it was a message worth hearing, I think. And I'm keeping track, see if I lose anyone. I think that would be interesting. Christian Basil, Facebook.com/The Traveling TARDIS tomorrow, October 1st. Oh, it is the first round. Dang. Begins the hashtag 31 days of Halloween music videos, movie clips, and pictures of classic and new Halloween of the Traveling TARDIS. And 4 new live scary episodes of The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Which one is with Brian? Including a live broadcast of Phantasmagoria special episode with The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Hashtag bring Cookie home. Hashtag become part of the legend. Definitely on both of those. Yeah, Phantasmagoria. If you have not watched Phantasmagoria, oh my goodness, you are in for such a treat. I was introduced to them at the first indie event that we had several months ago, and that little blonde girl can dance, can't she, Christian? Anyway, no, very entertaining stuff. It really is. If you love goth stuff and steampunk and dance and stories, scary stories, oh man, Phantasmagoria is your cup of tea. Probably spiked with something too. But anyway, yeah, thank you, Christian. Christian, let's see what we can do to promote you. All right, I'd love to help with that. And Dark Sticky Illusion, are we masturbating again? Asked Christian Basil. You have to know Ron Fitzgerald, and you would love him. Seriously, go to fitzgeraldsrealm.com and get a taste of Ron Fitzgerald, and get yourself an extra serving, Christian. Also, Ron has a channel on YouTube. Check it out. He's posting stuff, not just recent tapings of his Illusions, but also former episodes of his cable access show, Fitzgerald's Realm. And that's a hoot. Those stuff is so cool. And there he is, the man whose commercial ran at the top of the show. Jeffrey Hayes, thank you for being there last night. Jim and I were knocked out that you were there. About a week ago on the Kickstarter campaign for Mechanoid Press's War on Monster Earth, the third book in the anthology series created by James Palmer and Jim Beard. You can help fund the war effort. There are affordable funding levels and awesome rewards for each level. James Palmer, writer Monster Earth, check it out. And that's a Kickstarter, War on Monster Earth. Please check that out. That is going to be such a fun series. I pledged to get all the books, actually. And wait and check out the list of writers he's got. They've got James and Jim have working for it with them. I'm not one of them, but it's like some super, super talent. Plus, I understand they have some beautiful covers, if you know what I mean. But yes, please, thank you, Jeffrey, for sharing that. That is so cool. Like I said, I am supporting that Kickstarter, and we hope you will too. Eric Hawkins, well, if you back the right candidate, then maybe you wouldn't be disappointed watching the debates. I am sure if you supported candidate A, they won, or if B, they won. Yeah. let's just say it's been a long time since I voted for the person who won. How's that? A long time, like decades. Anyway, no, because I am neither Republican nor Democrat. I'm a libertarian, and if nothing else, I vote for the libertarians as a protest vote against the two-party system, which isn't a party at all. But no, I don't back. I can't say I'm becoming apolitical, but I'm becoming more filled with loathing for everyone involved in the process. And we just got Roman Godzich has joined us. Roman, it is with great joy that I say hello to you. Hope you're having a great morning. And I don't know that we have a right candidate, Eric. That's how cynical I am. Brian Rodman, last night I was absolutely waiting for someone to look at the screen and yell, "Live from New York, it's Saturday night." OMG. Yeah, isn't that the way when when I'm thinking the Saturday Night Live versions will be more substantive than the real thing? With us entering into the spooky season, finally, what are your must-watches in regards to Halloween horror movies? Asks Brian Rodman. I would really love to hear everyone's comments on that one. For me, I don't know. Cookie is not a big fan of monster movies. Of course, I love the old Universal stuff. I really do. And I love the Hammer films from the 60s and 70s. As far as horror goes, though, I don't know. I like Saw. I didn't think I would, but a friend recommended it to me. And I really liked it, especially if you're a fan of Aquaman. The director of the Aquaman movie did the first Saw movie or two. I like Saw, and I'm not a big fan of gore. That's the thing, Al or otherwise. Trying to think. Of course, I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That would be a go-to. And plus, some movies with kind of a dark mood, like Sky Captain Meets the World of Tomorrow. I love that movie. I just got so many, or I just watched Ron Fitzgerald. That would keep me going. And Brian Rodman continues. And if you enjoy horror and fantasy, head on over to brianrodman.com/comics and check out Memoirs of an Angel. It's about a broken witch hunter who gets caught up in a centuries-long cosmic war between the gods. It's like Lord of the Rings meets The Exorcist. And yeah, The Exorcist is a great film too. But yeah, check out Brian Rodman's work. He is crazy talented, and it was a delight to read the first two issues. I'm gonna score me the rest, Brian. I swear to you. And Dyke Ruan. Okay, Dyke Ruan. I wasn't familiar with that creator, so I probably would have screwed it up anyway. But thank you for the correction, Clyde Hall. Much appreciated. Author Michaela Jade. Warriors Trust is coming soon. Work is crazy busy, but I'm making progress, and that's what's important. I'm glad you got your fire back, girl. That makes me happy in ways you cannot even begin to comprehend. Well, yeah, you probably could. But yeah, it's good to see you back in the saddle again. David Atkins, escapism seems lost to the entertainment industry. I love not knowing everyone's past because context is lost. I love my four walls, drawing at the park, reading a good story, and cooking. # no drama wanted. Amen, brother. Yeah, I've had enough of the drama mamas on the interwebs, that's for sure. Yeah, and I've got some, we've got some DVDs lined up that, it's going into the colder months now. We're now moving. We were downstairs because it was a little cooler than upstairs. But now we're moving back upstairs again to do a lot of our business, Cookie and myself. And we're near the DVD player now and the Blu-ray. So we spent yesterday watching the recent season of Doctor Who. We started that, and we watched the rest of Aquaman, what we call the crunchy bits, which is like the extra features and such. And I gotta give a shout out to the Aquaman Blu-ray. These are one of the few times when the extra material has been so good it makes me want to go back and watch the film again. But we will. But anyway, that was really cool. And Nick Tucker says, I respect the need to step back from the details of politics for self-care. And that's what it is. How can I surf the rising tide if I don't take care of myself, right? But yeah, I just have no desire to see the thing. And I understand people that do want to see it, but knowing it was what it was going to be, it's, to me, it's like Rosebud's the sled. I knew the ending of the movie. And David Atkins continues, why do people change characters' past stories, history already set, and not imagining a better future like Roddenberry did? Many would put Poe on medication, arrest Van Gogh, and attack C.S. Lewis. They do anyway. That's it. Because there is a new age of cynicism, unfortunately, and it's disguised as realism, grim and gritty. And no, some of us like escapism. Some of us like genuine heroes, and I think it's something that's in too short a supply anymore. And if the media won't do it, then damn it, rising tide will. All right. Author Michaela Jade says, head on over to my Facebook page for updates. My YouTube channel will be getting another video. Cool. Keep us posted on that. We want to see that. Nick Tockard on the far-flung world of Praxis 5. A warrior carries the scars of a war most would rather forget and find a foe returning. Zombie mecha from outer space. Check that out. Oh, man, the title sold me, Nick. That looks beautiful. I love it. Check out the work of Nick Tockard on Amazon. Also, his wife Amanda Tockard's very talented writer too, and also check out Nick Tockard's artwork on Deviant Art, which isn't what you think, you naughty people, or hoping you naughty people. Anyway, Nick Tockard's crazy talented, and we need FezCon. We need FezCon fast. David Atkins, right now, what is your reaction to people attacking authors over their stories? Changing Thor, Reed, and a few others. Attacking authors and burning books and not sure children can live being unknown. Well, you talk about attacking authors. I'm thinking about J.K. Rowling right now. And it's kind of fun to watch the debates in certain circles over her. I say that with the same sense that, I would have watched the debates last night, because it's turning into a crap fest too. But you've got, as has been in the news the last several months, J.K. Rowling has expressed some very unpopular opinions concerning transgender people. And I wanted to make sure I got it all out. Transgender people. And her supporters are not happy. In fact, a couple of the actors in the Harry Potter films, including Radcliffe, have spoken out against it. Many are returning her books, getting rid of them. I don't know about any book burning. I find that distasteful. But they are, they cannot separate the writer from her personal views. And I don't know where I stand on the issue. I haven't gotten rid of my Harry Potter books or my movies. I do enjoy them. They're great stories. But I understand not wanting to support an author who basically does not stand in your corner. And so there's a debate going on there. My reaction, and in comic books in particular, people are always trying to change up the backstories. It's like I tell people, how many times can we kill Thomas and Martha Wayne? It's been done so often, it's hardly got any impact anymore. Christian Basil, The Exorcist, Halloween 2, Young Frankenstein, good idea. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, Friday the 13th, Saturday the 14th, if I can find it, and the Evil Dead series. Oh, Christian, good choices there, my man. Good choices. Yeah, I'm still in the Universal horror and B movie. Oh my God, we need more B movies. Wrestling Women versus the Aztec Mummy. That's a good Halloween film. Actually, I like the Rhino Films, an offshoot of Rhino Records. They had a wonderful dubbed version of it that I still have on DVD, not DVD, but on VHS. I'm keeping it until I can dub it over or something. But it's beautiful. And it's a typical Mexican wrestling film where it's structured so that there's just enough plot to link the various wrestling events together. But my favorite moment was after they defeated the zombie vampires or whatever. Two guys are looking at a poster where the wrestling women are going to be performing that night, and they're going, oh, it's the wrestling women going to put on a performance. It's so-and-so tonight. We must be there. Oh, it's going to be star-studded. It's going to be amazing. And the other guy, says yes. And the loser of the match must watch this movie all over again. It's like, how can you like it, huh, Cookie? Yeah. I'm gonna have to find that thing. We still have a VHS player downstairs, but that's one of my favorite bad B movies. In fact, it's horrible. It's terrible. I love it. Anyway, Clyde Hall, new Halloween horror movie goodness, host in Shudder. More classic stuff. Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. Yes. Add in a Hammer smattering and Monster Squad. Monster Squad. Yes. Oh, I haven't seen that in ages. That would be a good choice. Yeah, and Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. I have to admit, when I was very, very young, I didn't care for it that much. I was a big Abbott and Costello fan, and of course, I love Frankenstein, Dracula, and the Wolfman. But putting them together was kind of like liverwurst and jelly, which, by the way, I did eat when I was 3, much to my mother's horror. But it's like I watched it again about 2 years ago, and I fell in love with it. I really did. I can see where it honored the classic monsters, but at the same time allowed Abbott and Costello to shine. It really is a much better film than I had given it credit for as a youth. And now I want to go back and watch the rest of the Abbott and Costello meets, like the Invisible Man and such. Great stuff. And Brian Rodman says, I love the old Universal horror movies. Nothing gets me in the Halloween spirit like Bella, Boris, and Lon Jr. Yes. Oh, and one to watch, and this is kind of a little Schadenfreudy, but there was a live performance back when TV was mostly live back in the 50s. Lon Chaney Jr. starred in a production of Frankenstein. You can probably find it on YouTube. I believe it's in the public domain. But the thing was, unfortunately, Lon Jr. was very much an alcoholic. And whenever you see him on film, chances are they filmed that sequence in the morning, because he was and he wasn't a good drunk either, from what I hear. But anyway, he was doing a performance of Frankenstein, and he played the monster. He played the creature himself very well, I will add. But the thing was, he got ripped before the show began. He got confused as to the date, and he thought instead of going out to a live performance, he thought he was going out to the dress rehearsal. And so they had these breakaway props to show the incredible strength of the monster. And so you see Lon picking up this chair and then setting it down gently so it wouldn't be damaged. You know, it really took a lot of the impact out, but he's still good, though. He is still an incredible performer. And his werewolf films, I think they paved the way for, like, the Incredible Hulk. The idea of someone with a tortured second soul, you know, seriously. Christian Basil, what did you think of the current series of Doctor Who? Christian, I would say it's a return to form. Now, I understand the first Jodie Whittaker season wanting to establish her and not tie it so close to past continuity as Stephen Moffat did, despite his best efforts, to keep make it, keep the door open for new viewers. But yeah, we watched the Spyfall Part 1 last night, and the thing is, it's not one of those episodes that you're thinking, oh, is it over already? That was so good. It had more of a film feeling to it, where you kind of expect it to be kind of long form, and it's like, yeah, this is going on, but I'm loving every minute of it. It was a good pastiche of the James Bond films. Good reveal of the Master. It's been over a year. I'm not worried about spoilers. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of the Master, not just this season, but future seasons as well. Terrific performances all around. Lots of laughs. Lots of excitement. Like I said, we just saw the first episode last night, and I've seen smatterings of the rest of the season, but I really enjoyed the first show so far, and we're going to probably watch the second show tonight. We're going to take it one day at a time, just like the old TV show. But I enjoyed it. I really did. Christian, what are your thoughts? And the list of followers on my channel are reducing. My true friends, fans, and family tribe will be welcome. Good health to all. Yes, Ted Davies had a post this morning that I shared and kind of echoed my own thoughts on. I'm going to check, see if I've lost anyone. Where basically Ted said, if you have hate in your heart, please leave now and go with God. I pretty much I expressed my own version of it, and as I shared his. But I agree. We ought to declare our pages no hate zones, and and I'm putting ideological hate in there too. If you hate somebody just because they don't vote the same way you do, leave. We'll get by. And your chair will be open to somebody who's a little more appreciative of a more positive message. So yeah, Ted, I'm 100% behind you. In fact, I'm going to check right now. Did I lose anyone? Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Here we go, and let's see how many friends do we still have. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I'm going to refresh. I think I may have picked up a couple. Oh my goodness. Anyway, while that's perking, let's see here. Let's go back to I'll give you an update in a moment here. But anyway, Ted, thank you for speaking from your heart, brother. It did me a world of good today to read that. And must-watch movies, original Halloween. Yeah, The House on Haunted Hill, Ichabod and Mr. Toad. The House on Haunted Hill, Sleepy Hollow, The Bat. Yes, I love The Bat. That's a good one. Horrors of Spider Island, the classic Universal movies, especially Dracula. Yeah. I'd also put Nosferatu on there. The original Nosferatu. That's a scary damn film. Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. I like those old German impressionistic silent films of horror. And also if you want, not just monsters, the original is Peter Lorre. I think it was 1931 or it was 20s. But anyway, it's about a serial killer, and it's chilling as hell. Please, it's one worth checking out. So anyway, let's get that friend count here. Nope, we have not lost anyone. Dang it. Well, we're trying, though. We're trying. Or at least we're trying to lose the wrong people, if you know what I mean. But here's the right people coming up here. Just shot past everyone's comments. And right people, there's Adrian Johnson. Always a pleasure to have you, my friend. Morning, Brian and friends. Hope everyone is having a great day. I am. I had a great night last night. Finishing up the newsletter, which again, by the way, if you want to get aboard that train, go to risingtide.pub and please sign up for my free monthly newsletter, part of which is in video form now. And also, it's a little meandering, a little longer than I intended, but I had a lot to say, I guess. Also, we have all kinds of cool stuff in there. I've still got to pick the two secret links for the month. We'll be scanning for those this afternoon. That's always fun. Or if you don't want to go there, please contact me via direct message on Facebook. And give me your email address, which I promise I will not share or sell or give away to anyone. So please join the ever-growing legion of Nevermorians, if you would, please. And David Atkins says, realism is like truth, ugly. No shows now get the attendance and views of Three's Company, and no great shows now ignore politics, guided by morals and ethics, and miss comedy like Mork and Mindy. I always go back to those old ones. Old episodes of Dick Van Dyke Show and Mary Tyler Moore Show and Andy Griffith Show. Those always make me smile. I always like those shows. Those are great stuff. And we've been talking about the Dastardly Dingoes and showering love upon Brian Rodman, but we need to give some love to Jeremy Woodring, the other half of the Dastardly Dingoes there. Hey, Brian. Hey, Jeremy. Glad to see you this morning. Glad I was able to tune in today. I've been on a journey to watch classic movies that I've never seen for one reason or another. What are some of your favorite classic movies? So far, I've watched One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Dog Day Afternoon. That's the original with Dustin Hoffman. I love it. I've not seen the remake, but I love it. Taxi Driver and Heat. Yeah, good choices. Taxi Driver's a great film. I would love to hear everyone else's comments. Casablanca. If you haven't watched Casablanca, remember Jeremy? Casablanca. That's a great film. One of my favorite comedies is Arsenic and Old Lace with Cary Grant. Yes. Insanity doesn't run in my family. It practically gallops. I'm a son of a sea cook. I'm a son of a sea cook. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. And that I realized a while back. I don't know if I told Cookie, that was the first stage play I ever saw. I was like 7 years old, and my Uncle Bill and Aunt Martha wanted to go to the play, and I just didn't understand it. I was like, "What are we waiting for? Come on, this isn't like TV. You just flip a switch and you're entertained. Why are we waiting? When's it going to start? When's it?" It's like me playing the "Are we there yet?" game. Endearing me to everyone, of course. And but once I started watching, I was totally enthralled. I love that movie. I love that play. It is hilarious and it's creepy as hell. Let's see what other classic films.
The one
Cookie's thinking.
Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn. The one where she plays the.
Wait Until Dark.
That's it. Yes.
Yes, another great stage play and a fantastic movie. Wait Until Dark with Audrey Hepburn and Richard Crenna and Alan Arkin from The Rocketeer. And I remember when that movie came out, my mother took me to see it, which, she can't complain about my Uncle Bill. She did her share of corruption too. This poor innocent soul. But the thing was at the time, and if you've seen Wait Until Dark, it's a creepy as hell movie. But the thing was, the theaters would not allow you to be seated during the last 7 minutes. Great film. The Exorcist. The only thing better than the original Exorcist film is the book. The book had me on the edge of my seat to the point where I was going to skip school the next day just so I could stay up and finish it, which my mom vetoed the minute I uttered those words. What are some other good ones? Oh yeah, got to get you some more Humphrey Bogart in there. Well, actually, speaking of Bogart, Annie, or not Bogart, but I was just thinking, Play It Again, Sam, is a fine movie about a man, Woody Allen, who is kind of guided through his romantic escapades by the ghost of Humphrey Bogart. God, I'm trying to think of some others. There's one I'd like to see again. I haven't seen it in ages. The Late Show with Art Carney and Lily Tomlin. It's like a modern day noir film. Oh, The Thin Man with William Powell and Myrna Loy. Classic detective story, classy detectives. Kind of like a precursor to Heart and Heart. I'm trying to think of other classics. That's all that pops in my head at the moment. But we'll get some more suggestions, I'm sure. Brian Rodman, if I didn't consume entertainment because of the opinions of creators, I wouldn't consume any entertainment. Most of Hollywood is full of crazy people who are extremely talented actors. They make great movies, but I wouldn't come to them for advice. Amen, brother. We should be able to separate the work from the creator. If not, we would lose amazing creations. I have to admit, what is it? The Yellow Rose of Texas. I watched it despite my growing unease with Woody Allen. The only creator that I actively distance myself from in terms of watching is probably Roman Polanski. I thought what he did was so disgusting. And then and look it up, people. Look it up on Google. Google it if you must. And the fact that he was convicted or about to be convicted, and he fled the country. That nauseated me. If you're so innocent, then stay and find out if the jury agrees with you. But other than that, and there are some people, like I am not real thrilled with Meryl Streep at the moment. Because of the Harvey Weinstein thing, that she was a big cheerleader for him, and then came out and said that he was perving on her just like everyone else, but she didn't want to lose any work. To me, that's like the old joke about, we already established what you are. Now all we're doing is haggling over the price. But yeah, opinions of creators, I even try to give as few of my own as possible, though I recognize I don't have the draw of some other people. But yeah, and I try to separate the opinions from the creator whenever possible, except when they are just the behavior is so odious, then it's difficult to ignore. Rick Bradley has joined us. Thank goodness. Rick, thank you for being at the Clever Title Pending last night with Jim Beard. You were greatly appreciated. Good morning, Nevermorian's been listening for a while, but work is being an attention hoe. Well, damn it. Doesn't work know that there's only one room for one attention hoe in this place, and I am it. All right. Come and pay tribute to me. And Nick Talker, Clyde Hall is your icon, Carl Kolchak. Oh, we'll have to look at that. Oh, folks, we are in the presence of royalty. Ron Fitzgerald, greeting my genius that is wearing friend. Thanks for the ultra pimping. My favorite Halloween movies would be Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Yes. Oh, I should have thought of this one. Beetlejuice.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, Beetlejuice. And it really cool in the film called Dark Realm. Dark Realm is the total bomb. Seriously. The lead actor in that is charismatic. And you know, I'm just talking about like drop dead sexy. You know what I'm saying? Cookie chortles because she knows who I'm talking about.
And you're right.
And she agrees with me. You know, she'd leave me in a heartbeat for the lead actor in that. I'm sure of that. Although we share similar hairstyles. Because we're saving our hormones for other things. Anyway, but Ron, thank you for being here, brother. Yes, this is the dark, sticky master of illusion that I've been pimping for quite a long time, for years actually. A dear friend, and Ron, we'll get in touch before then. But I want to come up and be on part of your extravaganza on October 31st at 8 p.m. on YouTube and on Facebook. Please check it out. Check out the talent of the amazing Ron Fitzgerald. And we love you, Ron. Mwah. Cookie and I both. You love Ron too, yes?
Yes.
Yes, see, she loves you too, Ron. And looking forward to seeing you, brother. You are the best. Thank you for appearing here, man. That makes my morning. And Sarah, oh my goodness. Oh, she's probably fainted by now. Politics are full of drama and negativity, and I'm allergic. I'm getting there, seriously. You know, like I said, you know, let's keep it positive. Like I said last night, hope everyone enjoyed Clever Title Pending, and if you did, please go back and watch it and live with the knowledge that you could have been watching that live and being a part of that show. Now, Jim Beard will be back. Jim and I have promised each other he's going to be on. In fact, he gave me an idea for a show that is going to be so fantastic, it will have so little of me. It's going to be great. I'm going to reach out to the other person pretty soon, but Jim will be back for that, and we're gonna schedule that. That'll be a lot of fun. But Jim's a lot of fun, and so was last night's show. So check it out. All right, seriously, you'll learn a lot. And why are the most viewed comics only bash conservatives, Christians, Amish, and those who are looked down by those who celebrate shows about destroying the world? Walking Dead, Supernatural, asked David Atkins. Well, I will say I do like Walking Dead as a comic. You know, that's the thing. It's not just bashing conservatives. It goes both ways. People, you know, and that's a whole thing in comics right now. That's a whole debate for another show, probably. And that's one that almost made me leave, leave comics, to be honest, because so many factions in comics now, especially in the independent area where I'm at, are like, it's my side uber alles. You know, you either subscribe to mine or, you know, my philosophy, or dire things will happen. It's just a hate fest out there too. So thanks to the council, some wiser than I people, I've decided that I'm gonna follow my heart, and hashtag fueled by spite. I'm gonna do what I do despite them, and to spite them. So I say just keep creating, be positive, and that's how you push back against the hate. You just double down on what's good. Brian Rodman, my absolute favorite ANC horror film is Hold That Ghost. If you can find it, buy it. It's comedy gold and is a classic whodunit haunted house story. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen Hold That Ghost in centuries. Wow, this is bringing back some good memories, people. Keep them coming.
Oh,
And Bill,
Ghost and Mr. Chicken.
Oh, The Ghost of Mr. Chicken, yes, with Don Knotts.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes, that's a fun one. Oh, cool. Oh, and I think you can find it on YouTube now. It's not a movie, but TV. If we go into TV shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or Supernatural, The Ghost and Mrs. Muir. Yeah, with Hope Lang and Edward Mulhare, who went on to become the head of Night Industries in the classic Knight Rider series. Great, great show. And early appearance of Charles Nelson Riley. He played the comedy foil on there.
Oh.
And there she is, the one who makes every holiday worthwhile, Meredith Logren. Mwah. Good morning, Nevermore. And she says, Brian's interview with Jim Beard is on the Geek Insider podcast and will be aggregated out to iHeart, Spotify. Oh, we're on Spotify too, and Amazon Music soon. Please visit and give us a listen at podcast.geekinsider.com. Thank you, Meredith Logren. And Meredith, I saw you had a grumpy post the other day. I hope everything's going better for you. And looking forward to your interview with the head of Alterna Comics coming up October 3rd, I think it is. Please put in a plug for that if you would, Meredith. Meredith is the lady responsible for the current good look of this show. And we love this gal, and we have her to thank for a lot. We are appreciative, Meredith. We really are. We just hope we're making Geek Insider some money. That would be nice. I'd like to hear if we are. Anyway, David Atkins totally agrees, Sarah, but people get what they ask for. How many shows made villains of cops and politicians, renegades, Spencer for Hire, Hunter, all made them crafty and evil? We create the world we see. I don't know about... Well, I don't know that Hunter made cops villains or Spencer for Hire. Renegade was pretty good, too. I mean, that's the thing. We tend, as a society, we tend to tear down our heroes, and we try to find the bad parts about them. And Brian Rodman, Ted Davies Artistry, and the delightful Willow Schuyler, thank you for sharing this show. I appreciate it. I didn't get notice of it before, but mwah to you all. I love it when you share this show, and hopefully we'll get some more eyes in front of what you guys have going. That would be cool. And to everyone watching us on those pages, welcome. Please give that page a like, give this video a like, and let your hosts know that you appreciate them, okay? As I do. And hashtag bring cookie home. Thank you, Bill Cern. I appreciate that so much. Christian Basil, and we shoot on by. And we got a Ron Fitzgerald comment coming up. I can't wait. And what were my thoughts? Go to facebook.com/The Traveling TARDIS. I got plenty of reviews. I will have to check out that page. The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS on Facebook. Over 38,000 people and growing. He's going to hit 40,000 by the end of the year. I know it. And hello, Nevermorians in the land of YouTubers, as Meredith Logren views us from the tube of views. Yes, YouTube itself. And please go there. We've got our own channel there. Brian K. Morris, Rising Tide Publications, newly rechristened. And thanks to Meredith, we've been adding some stuff to make it a little easier to find. Plus, we have playlists that have recent episodes of not just Nevermind the Furthermore, but also Clever Title Pending. And ooh la la, look at the guests we've had. Really cool people. I am so blessed they will talk to me. And David Atkins says, I get more positive posts and comments now that I posted controversial posts and started cleaning house. Easy way to see who can discuss differences and who can't. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I posted something early on in the My Sharona Miley Cyrus Peter pandemic about the fact is that, even though a lot of people, unfortunately, be harmed by this virus, maybe permanently, we don't know, or possibly even die, that 98% of the people approximately will survive it. And I had people jumping down my throat. How dare you look at the bright side? How dare you be so positive? But you know what? Every one of those people that hated on that, one person did agree, but everyone else who took the time to post, I pushed back and I said, you know what? You SOBs never like anything I do. You never buy my books. You never watch my broadcasts. You don't support my friends. You don't support me. Why is it that the one time you disagree with me, you take time out of your day to tell me what an idiot you think I am? What kind of message are you sending? And if you want to hit the bricks, do it. And not one person left. That's the funny thing. And that reminds me, let's check my page. Have people seen my post this morning about getting rid of the hate? And if I've lost any friends as a result of it. Well, this is on a slower computer, so while it's thinking, Sarah reminds us that Fitzgerald's Dark Realm is one of the movies I'll be watching. All year is Halloween season, says Sarah. That's right. It is very important that no matter what the time of year, we must keep the important holidays close to us. And remember that every day can be Halloween if you just let it. Let's keep Halloween in our hearts and let's stop this war on Halloween. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, hey there, Meredith, says Sarah from YouTube. Jeffrey Hayes says from Facebook, like seeing Sacha Dhawan as the master. He can be a good baddie with well-written material. I love his approach to the master, like genuinely crazy. Yeah, as I really liked it, and I love how he separated O from the master in the first episode. We're probably gonna watch the Spyfall 2 tonight, and it does my heart good, Jeffrey, to see you're a Whovian as well. One of us. And Jeffrey, Jim and I agreed on one thing last night, knocked out by your Sergeant Janice covers, man. We got it. We are going to do business, my friend. I'm so looking forward to working with you. And Bill Sartin, we have met the enemy and he is us. Pogo. Yes, one of my favorite Walt Kelly lines. We have met the enemy and he is us. Yes. Oh, Jeremy Woodring, Dog Day Afternoon was Al Pacino. Okay, what am I thinking? Oh. What's the one with him and Susan George? Straw Dogs. That's the one I was thinking of. Straw Dogs. That was another good film. Interestingly enough, Dustin Hoffman was supposed to play the role but had to back out. Oh, that's true. Well, speaking of Dustin Hoffman, another good movie you might enjoy would be The Graduate, which was Dustin Hoffman's breakout film about falling in love with an older woman. Really, really good film with some great music by Simon and Garfunkel. But the thing was, originally, Davy Jones, I believe it was Davy Jones of the Monkees, was supposed to play the Dustin Hoffman role, but he backed away from it. I think it was, am I wrong? Was it Davy Jones or someone else? But there's all kinds of things from that era, the late 60s, early 70s, where somebody was supposed to do it but didn't. For instance, Stephen Stills of Crosby, Stills and Nash of the Buffalo Springfield was supposed to was in the lead to be one of the Monkees. And of course, there's a legend. No one can verify it, but legend has it that Charlie Manson also tried out for the part of a role in the Monkees. But that's kind of apocrypha, a lot of people say. But anyway, Stephen Stills wanted to join, and he's a fantastic multi-instrumentalist. I've seen him play keyboards as well as he plays guitar. And the producers liked him, liked his comic timing, but didn't care for his teeth, and said, "Do you know anybody that is like you that that has better teeth?" And he says, "I got a good buddy of mine. His name's Peter Tork." And so he got the role. So, it's things like that. Yeah, I get these things confused, Jeremy Woodring. That's why I need you guys to help me. You know what I'm saying? David Atkins says, going to go get my coffee, food, and get drawing. Yes, good man. Keep creating. Love and positivity with a great future imagined for all. May the hanging tassel greet your feet, fill your belly, and fill your ears with music. David Atkins, thank you for those beautiful sentiments, my man. You have a great day, my friend. And no, we haven't lost anyone on our Facebook yet, but we're still trying. Anyway, what's wrong with you, Brian? Anyway, my favorite Cary Grant movie is Bringing Up Baby. Yeah, with Katharine Hepburn. Grant's humor in it is very similar to Arsenic and Old Lace. Yeah, Cary Grant was really a good comedian. He's one of those actors who can pull off drama and like North by Northwest. Oh, a great Hitchcock film, North by Northwest. That is a classic that needs to be seen. And The Birds. Oh, The Birds by Hitchcock with Tippi Hedren. That's a genuinely frightening film. I saw it when I was very, very young. And every time I see a bunch of birds perched on like the high tension wires near a gas station, I get nervous. I still do to this day. Seriously. My thoughts, says Christian Basil, brief overview. It was okay. The Master is back. Why? They blew up Gallifrey again. Well, how many times have they destroyed Skaro, right? That cheapened it. Chibnall, there's more than one Time Lord on Gallifrey. Sacha Dhawan gave a refreshing take to the Master, but still bringing back the Master too soon. Possibly. Although I was glad to see him and see him so well portrayed. I'll tell you, two Time Lords I would love to see back, and if I got a shot at writing the series, those would be my pitches. The Ronnie and the Meddling Monk. I would love the Meddling Monk to come back. Because here's a guy that the doctor basically left him on the ice planet to die. I could see him coming back. And not very happy. Anyway, Rick Bradley says, do you need a horror story that has a little bit of everything? Mental and physical horror? Then you need to order the introduction to Rick Bradley's Eden Falls trilogy, Marvin's Night Out. It's available right now on Amazon in paperback and digital form. Check that out. Follow that link and soak your brain in all things Rick Bradley. You'll be glad you did. And you mentioned about how we've seen Batman's parents die enough, says Rick Bradley. And I thought about the Amazing Spider-Man movie and how I was happy when Uncle Ben was shot. I was like, good, can we move on? Yeah, it's like, how many times can we blow up Krypton? Many times can we kill Uncle Ben? Even though we like his rice. It was like, how many times does Doomsday have to fight Superman? I mean, for about 10 years, it seemed like everyone wanted to do their version of Superman's first encounter with Doomsday. And I'm sorry, if it ain't Dan Jurgens attached, it ain't canon. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's like too many of the the last couple generations of comic book writers have all wanted to look like, oh, I'm going to make the original better. How? You didn't do it. About the only thing I've seen, the only real improvement I can think of to a superhero origin in that regard was The Flash, and it was the TV series that did that. Because when I grew up, Barry Allen got, the lightning struck the chemicals struck him, and you're thinking he walked away from it. Whereas in the original Flash TV show with John Wesley Shipp, who, by the way, has come and visited this show, you saw Flash get blown across the room, and I'm thinking that is probably what should have happened. So yeah, don't tinker with the classic stuff. Just enjoy it for what it is. All right. And my avatar is Carl Kolchak. I'm watching both TV movies and the series as a Halloween season warm up. Oh my God, the Night Strangler, the Night Stalker, and then that beautiful series with Darren McGavin, and that was one of my favorite shows. I've got it. One day I'm going to get that on DVD. That was the first show that made me cry. It really did. I know you think of me as a tough macho guy, but yes, I have my tender side as well. Yes. And it was the episode with the creature that would change its form to look like the person you loved the most. And Carl, through the whole pieces, if you haven't seen it, Carl is kind of this down on his luck reporter who keeps finding these incredible instances of paranormal activity, and he can't verify any of it for his stories. And he thinks, well, I'm just going to go out there and kill that damn thing because I don't love anyone. I am totally immune to love. And then he finds out he's wrong. And it was a moment where it's like, tears were rolling down my face. In fact, I'm welling up a little right now. I'm a little verklempt right now just thinking about it, where he is literally begging the creature, if you are really this person, turn around and walk away. And, he has to make a life decision immediately. It was really incredible. And speaking of really incredible, there's Master Ron Fitzgerald. Much dark and sticky love to you, both you and Cookie, my friend. Back at you, Master Ron, my friend, my dear brother. I'm looking forward to being on with you October 30th. I am so excited to have you on, and thank you for saying yes to that, Ron. And thank you for inviting me to your fling. We're going to have fun. We'll see to it that we have fun, damn it. We'll be making more plans, and we're thinking we'd like to come up if we could, if we wouldn't embarrass your other friends. Anyway, well, Cookie won't. Anyway, and we knew it's hey to Ron, says Sarah. All right, and Ron, thank you for being here, man. You're making my heart leap and beat gladly, sir. And please check out the work of Ron Fitzgerald on YouTube and on Facebook. Go to fitzgeraldsrealm.com for all that is amazing about this amazing multi-talented friend of mine, as are many of you. Yeah, he's just a great guy. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for the end of next month. I really am. I'm so looking forward to what you're doing. And Rick Bradley, and I bawled my eyes out when Uncle Ben was shot in the Sam Raimi film. I understand that. Cliff Robertson did a great job of that. He was fantastic. Ted Davies, please help the needy. Ted is a humble artist with a growing YouTube channel looking for views and subscribers. See you on his tube. Yep. Anyway. Yes, please help this poor boy. He is down to his last fine cigar. Which, by the way, check out his cigar show. I mean, I'm not a smoker, but I'm really getting an appreciation of finer tobaccos. We're not talking cigarettes, cigarettes, Tiparillos here either. And I'm starting to notice, like when I go, we've got a local liquor store where they sell cigars there too. And it's kind of fun seeing that. And I don't begrudge anyone, the cigar smoke. I like the smell of it better than I do regular cigarette smoke, particularly the good cigars. But Ted and Carl Witzman do a fantastic show every month on Ted Davies Artistry, where they talk about a finer appreciation of cigars, like you would discuss a fine wine or a great book. Like Quest for the Space Gods, available from Flinch Books, with a story by Brian K. Morris in there, edited by Jim Beard and John C. Bruning, both of whom were on the show last night. John was in the chat, heaping abuse at Jim, and as Eric Hawkins was heaping abuse on me. We got a good suggestion here. Ghostbusters 1 and 2, and hopefully 4. And the thing is, I liked the female version of it. I enjoyed it far more than I thought I would. Kind of went in with low expectations, really, because I'm not a huge fan of remakes. It's like, if you got it right the first time, why are you remaking it? For the love of God, remake bad films, okay? I challenge somebody, remake Hollywoodland. That was probably one of the most wretched films I've ever seen in my life. And I say that as a Superman fan, although Ben Affleck was really terrific, as was Diane Lane. And Clue is a good movie. Trevor Hawkins, oh my gosh, yes. Clue is a fun film. Oh, Rocky Horror Picture Show. That brings in, speaking of Tim Curry movies, Tim Curry is one of those actors who could do no wrong. Also, he's great in The Shadow, too, with Alec Baldwin. Fantastic performer. Clue is a fantastic movie. Thank you, Trevor, for that. And yes, my friend, exterminate the hate. Thank you, Ron Fitzgerald. Thank you for black, dark, sticky love there. Appreciate it, man. And Charles F. Millhouse is here. Good to have you here, Charles. Good to see you last weekend. Oh my God, seeing you and Marianne did me a world of good. Good morning. Good show last night. Thank you. Jim Beard is just like that in person too. Yes, he is. We have seen each other in person at two of the late lamented Monster Cons in Valparaiso and then South Bend, Indiana. Got to do a panel with Jim, too, for that second one, and that was a lot of fun. That was a great time. And it was kind of funny because somebody was preceding us and was enjoying the attention too much and proceeded to hog the stage and ran long into our time. And one of my friends actually, they were like, well, when are you going up? And I said, well, evidently he's not giving up the stage. And I looked at Jim. I said, do you want to go up? Do we want to push? And he's like, nah, it's okay. I'll just sit here. We're fine. But my friend ran up and in front of everybody, the entire audience yelled, would you get your ass off the stage? It's Brian's turn. I'm like, oh, I've got the best people. And so Jim and I went up and did Jim was fantastic. We had a really good panel up on that stage there at the Monster Con. But anyway, I'm so glad he was there. I'm glad you enjoyed the show too, Charles. Thank you so much for being there. Charles is coming back too. We're going to see to that. And Teresa Dunn, yay, David. So she says, I agree. And Mark Lemieux, Halloween is Life. Mark, very talented artist and writer, and do I have it nearby? Yes, I do. Mark is the cover artist of the fantastic book Lab Rats, which is going to be reprinted eventually from Empire Comics Labs. Mark is a great guy, and hope you're having a good day, my friend. Good to see you here. Makes me happy. We got all kinds of great people showing up. As always, Brian Rodman, speaking of great people, I completely agree, Brian. People showing up only when they disagree with you is a terrible way to live. I honestly feel sorry for folks like that. Yeah, and the thing is, a few years ago, during the last presidential debates, I was dissing both of them. In fact, I had no love for any of the four major candidates. So I was kind of teasing all of them. And it was funny how people, and it's not just one side, they're like, yeah, keep Ron Fitzgerald, thank you for sharing this video. Thank you, brother. Mwah, much love to you, my man. But going back to Brian Rodman's here, they would actually follow me. They would see, oh, he's picking on a Democrat. I'm a Republican. Oh, good for you, Brian. Wait a minute, you just picked on my Republican person. You're a terrible person, Brian. And the thing was, there were a handful of them. And I kept them on my friends list, and I was about yay close to not just blocking, not just, kicking them off my page, but blocking them. They would follow me onto other people's pages. And even if the debate what we were talking about had, no, not really debate, but what we were talking about had nothing to do with politics, they would come on and attack me there. And I came yay close. And there's a couple people who are still treading cautiously because of it, because I let them know. I didn't appreciate trolling other people just to get me. I've got pretty thick skin, but I'm not going to dirty up someone else's page. And COVID-19 hasn't taken my positive attitude away from me, says Teresa Dunn. Good girl. I keep paying it forward. Yes, you do, Teresa. And expect Poetry Expressions 2 out soon. I have inside word on it. And Joe McKeel from Facebook says, I plan on watching the original House on Haunted Hill and original Little Shop of Horrors Halloween weekend. Also quite a few others. Oh, those are two very good suggestions there. And and I'm thinking like Robot Monster, some fun, dumb films like Robot Monster and Plan 9 from Outer Space. That would make some fun Halloween viewing, I think. Good choices, Joe McKeel. Don't forget, Stupid O'Clock tomorrow night, every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern and 11 p.m. on Saturdays. Good stuff. And Teresa Dunn, I've noticed that some people whom I won't name had let COVID take over their mind and went berserk on me last week. Yeah. Some people do that. And, I'm not saying don't take COVID-19 not seriously, but if you take proper precautions, you will be fine. All right, or you should be. I argued that the monk would be a good foil for 13, but the Ranny would work as well, says Christian Basil. Yeah, I think, and I like the idea of science run amok, which is how I view the Ronnie. And she and the monk had similar goals back on the classic series. She was always introducing tech or something not of that era to see what would happen. And that was basically the monk's rap too. What if they had something going? Hey, what if the monk was the Ronnie? And the Rakshasa, says Clyde Hall. Ooh, yeah. And Jeffrey Hayes loved The Night Stalker and had to watch the Spanish Moss murder through my fingers. I was much younger. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Jeffrey, I remember my mother wanted to see Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, when I was 6 years old. We couldn't afford a babysitter, so she took me to the theater. This was before the MPAA ratings, obviously. And she said, now you can watch the film. And it's a scary one. You're going to be okay. I'm like, yeah, I'll be okay, Mom. And it goes, but when I'm going to tell you to cover your eyes during, a certain scene. And when I do, you're to keep your hands over your eyes. And I said, Mom, I promise you, I'll keep my hands over my eyes. So when the shower scene came up, when Janet Leigh was starting to disrobe, she said, now, Brian, you cover your eyes and don't uncover them until I tell you to. And so I'm obedient. I go, yes, Mom, I will. And I did. I was a good boy. So anyway, I like those early stuff, and I just am now realizing my mother watched a lot of stuff. She can't blame my uncle for letting me read Man Magazine when I was 5. Christian Basil theory: the Ranny and the monk wouldn't have fought in the Time War. Ooh, that's an interesting topic for a show. Christian, what would they have done? Because I think it's been kind of implied, or it's kind of in my head somehow, that the Master was called in to help Gallifrey, probably as, your anti-terror consultant, because he had done so much of it himself. It's like hiring a hacker to be your head of cybersecurity sort of thing. And I can just imagine a lot of other Time Lords being called into the fray. And I can imagine them reaching out to the Doctor as well, as much as they didn't like the guy. And him maintaining an outside presence, of course. But and that's another thing, we can talk about the canonicity of the show. I remember somebody had actually done a timeline that incorporated all the Big Finish and all the paperbacks into the regular Who timeline. But you can't really treat them as the offshoots as canon, I think. Although they had already had a time war and already destroyed Gallifrey in a pretty good turn during the McGann books. But anyway, yeah, I like that. What if, I can see them not fighting in the time war. I can see the monk maybe not being able to. If he's dying, of course they could pluck him out of the time stream, etc., etc. But anyway, enough Doctor Who for the moment. We ought to do a talk. We ought to have a Doctor Who show of my own here. Anyway, before we do, Joe McKeel says, I will not be on Stupid O'Clock this Thursday. Going to let the inmates run the asylum for the first hour. That in itself should be entertaining. Oh man, I've definitely got to catch that. That's you going to let Skunk be in charge? He's funny as hell. Oh, actually, all your guys are funny. I love them. I love Stupid O'Clock. I catch it whenever I can. It is a great show. And that was good coffee. Anyway, please check it out. And speaking of people to check out Amy Hale, author Amy Hale, authorAmyHale.com, author Amy Hale on Facebook, and author Amy Hale's Angels, also on Facebook. Amy, mwah! So glad you're here. Check out her works. She's got a book coming out soon. It is going to be edge of your seat excitement. Definitely the kind of thing you want to read in a dark room all by yourself. Anyway, no, it's a psychological thriller. Really looking forward to it. And Amy, it was, again, so cool to hang with you and John. All my writing peeps, all my magic peeps last weekend. It was so cool. Such a good time. And just can't say enough good about Non-Con 5, except it's not going to be as good as Non-Con 6, and I'm going to be there too. Jeremy Woodring, my dad and my two older brothers, 6 and 8 years older than me, took me to see Alien 3. Oh dear. They didn't tell my mom until afterwards. That's the first movie I remember watching in the theater. That's probably why I'm a huge David Fincher fan. I was only 6. I was about 6 when I saw Psycho, which explains a lot. But yeah, and Aliens would be a good Halloween movie too. Alien and Aliens. Those are my two favorite. Aliens 3 was okay. I liked it, but the first two were just so classic. I do have a fondness for both of them, and I'll watch anything with Sigourney Weaver, okay? For the obvious reasons. Anyway, because she's very talented. What were you people thinking? Anyway, Drank. That's what you were thinking. But yeah, and check out the Dastardly Dingoes podcast. Great show. You guys are keeping me busy. I'm not getting any writing done because I'm following all your YouTube videos and podcasts, and I couldn't be happier. But anyway, that's what we've got going right now. So we're gonna see. We mentioned Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, so let's cue that up because everybody loves that show, with some exceptions. Anyway, mock us with you will. But anyway, let's check that out, and we'll come back after a couple of words.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
And speaking of Halloween, thank you for that those spots there. Please check out the Bachelor's Grove book. There's some horrifying stories in there written by me. Also, some information on how you can enter the writing field, particularly in the field of independent comics. We're very proud of that book, and so is Batman. All right, there we go. And thank you to Russell Allen for joining us. Glad to see you here. And Brad Moore, brother, mwah, glad to have you here. Hope your day is going well, my friends. Back to your comments, all right? And Meredith Logren, gotta go, gang. Hugs and love. Hugs and love to you too, Meredith. Mwah, my giantess. I hope you're well. Gonna talk to you soon. As soon as I get unbusy, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, hope your whole day goes well, Meredith. Love you so much. And have a good day all. Trevor Hawkins, thank you for being here, my man. Trevor is the artist on the aforementioned Haunting Scripts of Bachelor's Grove, as well as Santa Stein. So even if you don't like the author, buy it for the covers. He gets a percentage. And Nightmare Before Christmas. Tim Burton movies in general. Oh, that's true. Yeah. I mean, I love Beetlejuice. That is... And I keep hearing they're going to make a sequel, and everyone from the original is going to be involved. That is so cool. Oh, great play there. Repo, the Genetic Opera. Good choice. Yeah, that is cool. That's a cool choice, Sarah. Thank you. Sarah is firing on all cylinders today. All right, and we're going to do that, and let's take a look. And we're going to call it a little early because I think I have to feed my woman. Yeah, she says so. Thus it shall be. So anyway, thank you all for being here. And again, want to put up a little notice here. Please sign up for my free monthly newsletter at Rising Tide. You'll see the address there. You can sign up directly for the newsletter, or you can go to risingtide.pub, or send me a personal message on Facebook with your email, and I will sign you up myself. Okay. And tomorrow, October 1st, at 5 p.m. Eastern time, we are going to send out the next issue. I'm just finishing up the newsletter today. We've recorded our message to you, and we're now just going to select the quote and of the month, as well as the secret links. We're going to have a couple more cool ones again. Something a little different every month. No, we're not going to do marble races every month, although the temptation is there. So anyway, appreciate all of you being here today. And let's see the comments here. We'll just close out with these. Oh, here we go. Actually, we'll save Rick Bradley, Brian Rodman, and Clyde Hall. Let's save your comments for the closing card, okay? I love those quotes. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you all being here, and I appreciate you being here, too. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me that you would take time out of your day to let me blather at you for 2 hours. But it does mean a lot. It really does. And we will see you this coming Friday. Yeah, smile. It's going to be Friday. Oh, thank you, Freddie. Anyway, Freddie Mercury, how you've let yourself go. Anyway, but no, we'll be back Friday at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. Central Time with another Nevermind the Furthermore. We hope you will be here for that. And anyway, not much more to say, except please be sure to check out our website, risingtide.pub, where you can sign up for my free monthly newsletter. If you do it before Friday at 5, or rather Thursday at 5, I'll figure out what day of the week it is. I'm still in the middle of COVID loss here. But anyway, if you would sign up before 5 p.m. Tomorrow, October 1st, you will get the next free monthly newsletter with all kinds of motivation, education, and inspiration, plus 2 secret links that you will enjoy. And if you're watching us on YouTube, if you like this video, I would love it if you give this a big thumbs up. Also, please, please, please subscribe to the channel. We're looking to get 500 people before the end of the year. We'd love it if you were one of them. Also, ring that bell so you'll be notified of our special videos that we're going to be starting up soon. And if you're watching us on Facebook, whether it's the Indie Event page or the Rising Tide Publications page, give that page a like if you would, because it helps us gain better visibility, and we appreciate that a lot. And so in closing, this is Brian K. Morris telling you, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome, because that's just what the hell you are. Thank you for joining us here on Nevermind the Furthermore. We'll see you Friday. Have a great day, everyone.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
So let's go.
Ooh.
Oh.
My nippies got hard.
Thank you for tuning in to Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Publications and Brian K. Morris production. Member of the Comic Book Advocating Network and sponsored by GeekInsider.com. Become part of our show with sponsorship and advertising opportunities. For details, contact advertising at GeekInsider.com or visit podcast.geekinsider.com. The Geek Insider podcast is available on your favorite app, so please hit the follow button and share it out to your friends. Because if you don't, you might have to turn in your geek card.